Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to A Better World with Adrian. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the space. Whether you have been listening since day one in 2022 or you are a brand new listener, I am so grateful that you are here and I'm so excited to be sharing today's episode. This is literally my favorite thing to do besides serve my clients, my high proximity one-on-one clients in New Earth Elite. I have been getting so dialed in 2026, and literally, this is what I'm doing: the podcast and my clients, and that's it. And not, you know, birthing new offerings or anything really, just being so simple and so potent. And in that frequency, I really want to share a little bit about the upcoming split and how you can prepare for it because you're already feeling it. If you're tuned into this frequency, this is what I know about you. If you're listening to this, first, you care about a better world. You are someone who is successful. You're someone who is spiritual. You're someone who shares love and you believe in abundance. You believe in freedom and bliss and healing. And you really believe in the evolution of consciousness. You also believe that you have an important role to play in the evolution of consciousness, in the expansion of humanity, in really reharmonizing the globe, aka birthing new earth, aka bringing heaven on earth frequency into form on our planet in this lifetime. I really want to stress it's in this lifetime. It's not next life. We're not waiting till next life. We have been positioned here, right now, in this incarnation because of all of the frequencies changing on our planet right now. Like you are a divine steward. So you are being called into a higher game of your medicine, of your service, of your contribution, of your dreams, of your goals, of the empire that you're building, of the Eden for a better world that you are building. So someone literally just tried to FaceTime me. I don't know what that was. However, we're going to carry on. So this is what I mean. And I think that's like, even when that happened, even my face, like I got a little bit flush and blushed, right? It startled me. This is what's happening with the energy. So there's an upcoming split happening, and this isn't going to be a long podcast. This is going to be a very potent, like packed with a punch. Remember 2020. And I first want to share that when you get in this work with me, things that you will transcend are politics, are left versus right, are right versus wrong, are like anything where there's judgment, anything where there's hate. Hate is hate, judgment is judgment. Anytime you are dehumanizing anyone on the planet, including yourself, which shame is literally the normalized practice of dehumanizing yourself. Okay? When you do this, you are automatically not aligned with love. You are automatically not aligned with abundance. You are automatically not aligned with the creator. You are disconnected from your soul because we are all pieces of God source energy. Okay. So anytime you are in a space of judging other people or yourself, you're automatically disconnected from the game that you want to be playing. So what we're going to see, this is not about politics. This is not about religion. This is not about any of that. All of that is just distraction city from what you're here to do, which is build your contribution to the planet, live your dreams, be happy. Spoiler alert, your happiness is a really big part of your purpose. Being in love, having a soulmate is a huge part of your mission. Similar to 2020, there is an extreme split and it's going to be hitting in summer of 2026. It's going to be 100x, 1000x as extreme as what we saw in 2020. Okay. In 2020, there was a lot of us versus them. It was like, oh, are you pro-vax, anti-vax? Are you left versus right? Like, are you this or that? It was COVID-19. It was like there was so much divisiveness around the globe. And what we saw was people who either seized the moment and spun it to gold, or people who spiraled into chaos. And many of those people have not processed even what happened in 2020. They're going to have a very challenging time in 2026. Now, for you as a leader, you've got to be ahead of this energy and you've got to be really in the seat of ruling your life and your energy and your queendom, kingdom, whatever. I say kingdom for everybody because I just am I'm kind of over the fact that everything needs to be like so PC all the time. It's like, can we just speak from the ancient codes? All of us have king energy, all of us have queen energy. This is not about gender. This is not about, again, there's so much judgment about, are we doing things right? Like, what are you doing? Are you doing it correctly to not offend people and not trigger people? And it's like the only person we can trigger is ourselves with our unprocessed wounds, our unprocessed trauma, our lack of consciousness and ability to manage our own brains and nervous systems, right? Is radical, 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 radical responsibility. Now, most people don't have that elevated consciousness. And when you become my client, when you get in this work, not only do you hold this consciousness, you accelerate it and expand it again and again and again and again and again, because you are the 1% of the 1% who's going to spearhead this new harmonization on our planet. There is a huge split coming in summer of 2026. It's going to be much more extreme than 2020. Um, if you want to go deeper into how it's impacting you personally, your business, your marriage, work with me one on one, go to the link in the show notes and apply. I'm welcoming new clients into mentorship. We can do a VIP day together. I'm going to be in France and Europe in the summer. You can meet me there. Basically, here's what I wanted. I'll share through a story because the way we learn best is through story. What I experienced about a year ago was I had a deep, visceral, like realization that a teacher that I had worked with very intimately and very closely with for like 8 years, like did all my shamanism training with this person, like so close to this person. I realized that there was a lot of jealousy they had, and they also had taken an oath of poverty, which was blocking anything I could receive from them. And I realized very, very suddenly and quickly that they weren't gonna be coming with me on the next phase of my mission, of my journey, and my path to my destiny. And it was extremely painful. It was worse than any breakup I've been through. Like the intimacy that gained through working with someone one on one, especially that long in a spiritually potent space, is so sacred. And I realized that and it's not like this person is wrong or bad or anything like that. It was just there was a lot of limitations that were exposed. And I was like, oh my God, like I cannot, not only can I no longer work with this person cannot be in my inner circle, this person cannot be in my life. And I never expected it. There was murmurings of it back in 2023 when Pluto first entered Aquarius. And things happened. However, like I really was like so committed to, growth and expansion and focusing on all the blessings. And it was very, very painful. And it was extreme. It was a split. It was like, okay, I'm going this way. This person I thought was going this way, they're going the other way, right? And a lot of it had to do with lack consciousness versus abundance consciousness. And I was just like, okay, wow. This hurts. And this is a split. And the split that's happening is, and I'd say I share that because things like that are going to happen in summer of 2026. And you've got to be prepared to stick to your guns of what you believe in, what you know is correct, what you know your soul mission is, the values you stand for, and hold in those values as life gets rearranged. Okay. There is a major split, a split between people spiraling up into destiny, what we're doing here in a better world, what we're doing inside New Earth Elite. By the way, listening to this podcast is amazing. It will change your perspective. It'll inspire you. It will not change your life. You got to get in the training room. You got to do the deep nervous system work. You got to be studying your bloodline, your astrology. You got to be in high performance mastery, skill mastery, mastering the unseen realm. And you've got to be leading and pioneering, and you've got to be in a space of other people on this frequency because energy is more contagious than COVID. People in scarcity, people in mediocrity, all of that, they're going to pull you down. They're going to hold you back. Do not give yourself a gold star for treading water around people you're not supposed to be around. Get out of that, right? And so it's naturally going to split. It's going to be a very, very severe split. There are going to be global events. There are going to be world events. I imagine there may be some kind of like crises opening up on our planet. It's not about denying that. It's not about spiritually bypassing it. It's like you can process that energy through your field, especially if you're not someone being directly impacted in your daily life. If you're living in a war zone, like you're obviously not going to be doing this deep work of like, what's my purpose? Like, I mean, you might because pain really pushes us to extreme accelerated spiritual growth, but you're more like, hey, how can I like not get hit by a missile today, right? If you are doing this work, no matter what hits the collective, it's not about spiritually bypassing any emotions you have. It's about, okay, what's mine, what's not mine? How can I purify this through my field and turn it into gold, spin it into medicine? And what's going to happen is there's going to be a massive, massive split between people who are actually doing that in 2026 and everybody else who is gripping to the past, gripping to fear, gripping to scarcity, allowing themselves to be manipulated, and they don't even know they're being manipulated by dark forces, by the agendas of systems that have controlled a lot of things on our planet up till now. And no, this is not about politics. This is not about anything like that. This is about energy. And you can either buy into the illusion of fear and darkness and chaos, or you can wake up and permanently wake up and refuse to get pulled into that shit, spiral up into greatness, magic, love, miracles, because during this split, the veil is going to be incredibly, incredibly thin. The amount of miracles, the amount of magic, the amount of blessings. However, you've got to be willing to let go. You've got to let go of who, what, when, and where. Let the creator rearrange things. Ask the creator, show me who I'm supposed to be around. Show me what's correct for me. Show me what's not correct for me. Reposition me. Okay? I literally have been, there's someone in my life that I've tried to have like catch up on the phone with for like months at this point. And it's like been every time we try to connect, there's something happens where it's like I just get ghosted, or there's like these unforeseen events that happen that block the call. And I'm like, okay, the creator is speaking very loud and clear. Like, I'm not supposed to be catching up with this person right now. Who knows? There could be like, I don't need to know. I just know that I'm being shown not this way. And then I literally was like, okay, I wonder who is going to be coming with me in this split. And then, like, within 24 hours, this person appeared in my field that I had met at a very high frequency event and moment. And I was like, okay, amazing. I'm going to follow this. And you've just got to be really, now is not a time for judgment of yourself and anybody because everybody's shit is you're being smacked in the face right now with all of your patterns, with all of your wounds, with all of your fears, because the energy is moving so fast. Be gentle with yourself in the process. Love yourself, love others. Love others even if they're choosing, even if they're using their free will to spiral into chaos and darkness. Love them. Bless them. It's very, very extreme. The split is who's gripping to the old order as it's shattering and going down with it, or who's really letting go and spiraling up into more magic and love and miracles than you could ever even dream of. That's the split that's happening. It's happening very viscerally in July and August, and you've got to be ready for it. So you've got to be ready with your mind, your body, your vessel, your spirit for both the speed of the energy and the split. Like it will be destabilizing, it will be alarming. You may be surprised, kind of like I was with my teacher last year, where it was like, oh shit, like I thought we were going to be ride or die forever. And like, oh my God, like you're not coming with me to the next phase. And again, it's not about right or wrong or judgment. It's just the energy, right? Like it cannot, you're supposed to outgrow people. The thing about you and me and the people that are in this frequency is that you are on such an accelerated path of growth that you will outgrow most people, even other people who say they're on the path of growth. Like, like especially for me in the past 2 years in my, well, year and a half at this point studying Kabbalah, I I have grown more in the past year and a half than I grew in the first 30 years of my life. Hands down. And so that means I have outgrown people, places, things faster than I ever thought. And so it's still landing. You've got to be willing to have that split. And it's not going to happen unless you're in, it's going to happen either way. You are going to be in command of it and keep choosing your highest timeline path when you take command of your nervous system, which is something we do together in breath work, your mind, you know how to read energy, and you're just prepared. You're not caught on your heels. So, this is a bit of what's happening this summer. It's very, very intense. The amount of opportunity is insane. So I invite you to grab it with both hands and grab the opportunity with both hands and simultaneously unclench your grip from the past. So what you've got to do is unclench your grip from the past, any attachments that you have to the ways that things have been done, and grip firmly on the opportunity available right now and don't look back. Do not look back. It is a line in the sand, right? You're either going to thrive or you're going to sink in and burn in flames. Like I'm only saying burn in flames because when I was in classical music, like I started competing when I was 4, and something my parents would always say to us was like, don't crash and burn on stage. It's like if you didn't practice, if you didn't put in the reps, they would just be like, yeah, if you don't want to do the work, just expect to crash and burn. And what do they mean by that? It's like you make a fool of yourself on stage in front of the judges, in front of everyone, in front of the audience, because you didn't put in the work, right? You didn't put in the time. You didn't gain mastery ahead of time so you can be in flow state on stage. The same thing applies right here, right now, as this split is happening in summer of 2026. Is like you will crash and burn if you don't put in the reps now. You will crash and burn when things accelerate, when the split happens, if you haven't positioned yourself to grab the golden opportunity with both hands and not look back, right? And be in flow state and like accelerating and traversing and transcending above the noise. Not above as in I'm better than, above as in I purified this shit through my field because I'm a motherfucking alchemist, and now I can dance on top in the land of love and abundance. So that is the name of the game. That is the upcoming split. It's already happening now. It's going to be very extreme in July and August. Things will start to kind of land a bit in September. That's what's going on. If you want to understand how this is impacting you, if you want to get in the training room with me to master these frequencies and accelerate your health, wealth, happiness, and freedom right here, right now, for a better world, for your mission, for your soul, for your destiny, for your contribution, go to the link in the show notes, apply for one-on-one mentorship. I'm enrolling both VIP days around the globe. Very specifically for this summer activation is going to be in France, July and August. And I also have spaces available for long-term one-on-one mentorship. I have month-long immersions. You can work with me for up to a year. However, I do anybody who's a new client, you've got to do a smaller container with me first. And then from there, if we're an aligned fit, we can do a whole year together. So, yeah, I love you, love you, love you. I'm sending you a beautiful day. If you feel called to work with me in this potent time, you know what to do. Go to the link in the show notes and apply. I will be in touch. And yeah, this is, we were born for this. We were born for this, and you've got to train to meet the moment. We do not rise to the level of our hopes, we fall to the level of our training. So, yeah, go out there, be the change, be the light, be the real you. Trust the rearrangement. The split is happening. What side are you going to be on? I invite you to spiral up unconditionally. I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrian.